Hello, I am Pratyush from Media and Public Relations Committee, IIM Raipur. We are honored to have with us Shri Subramanian Chidambaran, Chief Strategy Officer, Cummins India. We are happy to welcome you to IIM Raipur's 9th Leadership Summit.
Thank you.
Sir, my first question would be, after completing a prestigious education journey at IIM Lucknow, what inspired you to explore unconventional paths like pursuing Sanskrit with a gold medal and manuscriptology and a PhD in philosophy with Indic perspective on leadership, which you are doing right now? So what exactly inspired you to do that?
Okay. So this is an interesting question and I keep getting asked this multiple times. So this is an interest that has always been there in me, right from my childhood. But what happened is that many of us get into the conventional ways of doing things, right? So there's a standard thing that you get marks in your 12th, then you have to choose between engineering or medicine or something. You get into a college, you have to get placed. So that becomes like a standard process or a procedure that you go through. But at some point of time, I feel it's important for everyone to just look back, just step back and say that where is this life going? Where are you heading towards? What is the real purpose? What are your passions and hobbies? If you think about it too late in the process, you may not have enough capabilities and skill sets to really pursue it. So that really struck me when I had just joined, after my MBA, I had just joined McKinsey. It was about a year. And it was literally, I was living out of the suitcase, right? From Monday to Friday, as you know, the way consulting jobs are. So that's when I really started thinking to say that, how do I add something to myself? So this is adding to my work career and my professional growth. But what is it that really are my interests that I would like to develop individually? And that's when that thought process came, and immediately I started searching for things. And Sanskrit was one reason, is because I'm deeply interested in our ancient tradition and culture, in knowing what it is. And most of our literature is in this language of Sanskrit. So to me, Sanskrit was more of a tool for me to understand, to say that if I understand Sanskrit, I understand my culture better. Or at least I can firsthand know what is written in our scriptures and our literature. So that was the real thought process behind saying that let me learn the tools first. Let me equip myself better. And that's how the process began. Then I went into weekend classes. We used to have weekend classes in the Mumbai University, spending 2 hours every Saturday. So Monday to Friday is your consulting. You're through in some part of the country. On Saturday, you are doing this out of the Mumbai University. Then slowly it progressed to MA. After 3 years of this course, it was an MA course also, which they offered in the weekend side, which was 2 full days, Saturday and Sunday. So literally Monday to Friday was you traveling and doing your work, and Saturday, Sunday was me pursuing the MA in Sanskrit. So that, to me, at the end of it, I could get a bird's eye view into things. And that was very important to me also as a strategist. So that mind was constantly working to say, how do I look at it from a bigger picture? How do I look at things? So that gave me it equipped me with the necessary skill set to look at things from a bigger picture, to understand what we have not understood till now. And all this was more important, Pratyush, from the perspective of, and later on I started realizing that all what you just said, I feel we are all part of a tradition. It could be anything, but you are just one linkage in that tradition. So your job is to ensure, how do you pass it on to the next generation in the best version possible? Today we talk about sustainability. That is also a very similar thing.
Yes.
Right? The world that you have inherited, you've already inherited quite a bad world now. How do you make it a better world and give it to the next generation, because they deserve it? Similarly is the understanding of culture and tradition. How do you get the best that has been there since past, and how do you pass a better version of that to the next generation? So I started gaining more interest, and I started loving that work. And that's what has enabled me to do so many other things in that space. It's all driven by the fact that how do I better understand this, and how do I pass this on to the next generation in the best way I can.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And See, this is really like you must be having a hectic schedule for that. So, how did you balance this deep academic pursuits with demanding leadership roles? Like you were in Siemens, you were in CIA, you were in McKinsey, in those educational milestones. So, how did you manage the time? How did you manage the stress of everything going on?
Yeah, that's also an interesting question. You generally term this, you have this term called work-life balance, right? To say that, okay, how do you balance? To me, it's not much about balance. It's about what is the need of the moment. The more you become efficient, the more you realize or you can take off time from your work. So, even if you have a demanding work, you have a very exacting position, a senior position, it demands a lot out of you. At any position, if you are thoughtful enough, you can be efficient in that work.
Yes.
I believe in that. Efficiency, productivity is one of my core values that I believe in. Why I believe in that is because if I am efficient and productive, I automatically release bandwidth because I have the resources I need is time. So I release time from my work life. That time I can use to energize myself in things that really I love. So when I look at areas of passion or the areas that I love doing, which is what I mentioned to you earlier, these are areas that energize me. So even if I'm spending 2 hours around that, it is not a stress, right? Because it's more passion, it generates more energy in me, which helps me get back to work in a much better way. So generally when I, even in my organization, when I speak about myself, I speak about myself in 4 quadrants, or at least 3 parts. First part is family, right? So you have certain responsibilities you need to do as a part of the family. The second part is your work, your professional growth, all of that. And your third part is your passion, your hobbies. Each of them needs to feed into the other. You cannot do any one of them 100%. The moment you do that, you would have a burnout, or there will be some dissatisfaction coming somewhere. So the family helps you divert away from, even your passion can become boring after a point. If it is too slogging, if you're just spending your time around that, you could have dissatisfaction points even in your passion, because it's not paying you enough, you're not getting enough recognition, all of that could come in. So the passion after a point should stop, and then the family should take over and give you that space, give you that perspective of things. After some time, you need to move into your professional side and work, right? The growth. And it's not that either of them is boring, so you go into the other. Everything for me is interesting. Even work is interesting because I'm constantly thinking, how do I make this efficient? How do I add value to my job that I'm being given? Responsibility that I've been given. How do I keep on adding value to that every day? And how can I do this more efficiently tomorrow? If I'm taking 2 hours to do this today, can I do this even faster? So that keeps me going at work also. How do I drive more efficiency? And then it releases time for me to do other things. So to me, it's not about balancing, it is just about being efficient.
Yes, so that was really wonderful. So like following passion, and you will not be feel burnout. So in what ways have this interdisciplinary learning shaped your professional journey and your personal growth? Like how you become a better individual by pursuing all these things?
Yeah, that's also very very interesting question. The reason why I spoke to you about these 3 parts is that you are a human with various facets to you, but the work may not explore all of that because you are not expected to bring all those aspects to work. In work, certain aspects get explored. Maybe your analytical capability, your decision making capability, your ability to deal with people and take decisions for them, help them, support them in the professional space. These are some capabilities that will get explored when you're at work. But this is not only what you are. You have aspects of contributing to the society beyond what the organization is doing. You have aspects about thinking about what has been the great things that have happened in our tradition and systems, and how do we pass it on to the next generation, the point that I spoke earlier. Where does that get explored? That doesn't get explored anywhere. So it is inherently there inside you, but it needs to find a vent. It needs to find an opening. So that opening is given to me by those areas, those spaces where I operate in. It gives me opening for those areas to come out. Similarly, when you're coming to family, it's about how do you deal with love amongst your family, respect, deal with people, feeling responsible, feeling accountable, dealing with your 6-year-old son when he's asking the toughest of questions, which even challenges you. In your office, people will not ask you that.
Yes.
Right? But in your family, they're going to ask you, they're again going to challenge you. Right? They're not going to take you for granted. Right? They are not going to assume that you are the strategy officer. For them, you are the household person and you are supposed to do certain jobs. So that keeps you grounded. So if either of this thing is not there, it becomes an imbalance. Then you start venturing into spaces which could mask of certain parts of your personality, which ideally should not get masked, should find a expression.
Yes.
So finding an expression into every aspect of your life is what I have found. So what this does to me is it makes me a whole-rounded individual. And when I am a whole-rounded individual, I feel more happy. And if I am a happier person, my work is going to love me. My people are going to love me at work also, because I'm a better person, I'm more happier than if I was a disgruntled person who is all distressed in life and personal problems. If I come to work like that, that's going to show in my work as well.
Yes.
So what I've realized is each of this feeds into the other. And what is most important is how do I explore my fullest potential as an individual. If my fullest potential I'm able to explore, I become more happier inside, I become more content inside, and that will show in every interaction of mine. So it definitely helps all of these quadrants.
Yes. So as you were a part of CII, I want to know, like, why do you think sustainability is still treated as an optional or premium choice, and such as construction industry, and where green buildings are seen as a luxury rather than a necessity? And what can we do as a young manager to change that market perception?
Yeah. So at Cummins, now for the last 4.5 years, I've been with Cummins. For us, sustainability is a big thing, right? And we have been driving sustainability. But what I've seen observed is that, as you rightly pointed out, in the market, it is still being treated as a luxury.
Yes.
It is still an afterthought. It is not the main topic. Why that is the case is because businesses are in that state. Some of the businesses are in that state that they don't have the luxury to think beyond, right? Because for them, sustenance of the business, survival of the business itself is important. How does this business break even? It starts making money. It starts giving salaries to its employees and its suppliers. That itself is a bigger concern for them. And sustainability becomes like an overload. So what I have been thinking, and we have been discussing this in the organization as well, is that how do you change the approach to sustainability? Sustainability cannot be a compliance topic only.
Yes.
It cannot be a topic of marketing or PR. What does sustainability mean? Sustainability means that you are doing business in a way that is sustainable for you. That means you are able to sustain longer, and the world around you is also sustainable. That is, you are not exploiting the world, the environment around you. You are using it in a responsible manner. You still have to use the world around you. You still have to use minerals. You still have to use fossil fuels. But use it responsibly. Don't exploit it. That is when sustainability comes to the world. And you also can remain sustainable in the long run. So I have been talking about with my colleagues, and my thought process on sustainability is that it cannot be an afterthought. It has to be a business strategy. Sustainability cannot be a separate leg outside of business.
Yes.
Then it doesn't work. Then people have an option to choose it or not choose it, depending upon whether they have the luxury or bandwidth to do it. Sustainability has to get integrated into the business. That means you talk sustainability in the business terms. So if I am talking a sustainability idea, I have to present the business case for it. I have to say what is the cost. I have to say what is the returns I'm going to get. How is the customer going to benefit? What is the TCO impact, the total cost of ownership impact? What value is it going to add? Is it going to improve my branding? Everything I need to present. I cannot present sustainability as an idea and say, please do it because it is sustainable. If I go to the customer and say, please pay me 10% more because it's sustainable, most customers will say, I don't care.
Yes, true.
Why they don't care? Because you are not still making it suitable for them. So give at the same price and same requirements, give a sustainable solution. But for that, we have to work. The people who are supplying have to work to find innovative ways of giving a sustainable idea at the.
So, based on your experiences, what advice would you offer to IIM Raipur students who are about to enter into corporate world and aspire to become business owners?
Yeah.
Please.
So we just had a very interesting discussion on this in the panel today with some good industry leaders, which is about shifting from the campus to the corporate. The campus is a safe environment for students. When I say safe environment, you guys do case studies, right? In the case studies, everything is given to you. The data is given to you, you need to work on it. The world is not a case study. The moment you go out there, you will not be given a case study. You have to define the case study. The data points are not easy to get. The problem is not easily defined. You have to, even to come to a problem, you will take time. To align on this is the problem, you will take time. Then it's about finding the solution. So what we need to understand is that when you move from campus to corporate, the world is going to change. So don't take anything for granted. There is nothing that is granted in the world outside. That's point number one. Second is, have all the learnings and insights that you have developed in these 2 years, keep it at the back of your mind. They'll all be useful at some point or the other when you step into the corporate world. Most important, keep your eyes and ears open. Learning is the only thing that is going to keep you sustained in the corporate world. Right from your day one onwards, your only focus has to be learning. What do I learn today? What new am I going to learn today? If every day you are taking as a learning assignment, then you are the right candidate for the corporate world. If every day is going to become a challenge for you to say that, okay, this is not what I expected, this is not giving me what I need, this is not moving me towards my aspiration, then you are actually missing the moment. That day is giving you a learning opportunity which you have missed. And everybody starts from scratch. Everybody starts at the bottom of the ladder. So there is nothing to worry about to say that, okay, my friend has got so many lakhs or crore salary, I also need to get that. That cannot be the objective of a student coming out of campus. Because those crores and lakhs you will earn. When you come to the right moment, you will get more than what you aspired for. What is more important is, have you become capable for it? Capability comes only through learning. So the biggest question is, how do you equip yourself? How are you making yourself skilled and saleable in the market? People should want to take you. People should want to work with you. You should be a great people person. You should be a great learner. How do you do that? Every day has to be a learning. So I think if the one advice or one suggestion I would like to give the students is, just keep your eyes and ears open. Be ready for any challenge and treat every challenge as a learning opportunity. And just go into the market with open eyes and ears.
Yes.
I think they'll all do well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us at IIM Raipur today. Your insights and experiences have been really valuable. We are truly honored to have had the opportunity to learn from you. We look forward to seeing you again in the future. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for this.
Thank you, sir.